Hi, welcome to today's video. Today we're going to do some ripping and tearing apart of the inside of the ambulance. Behind the driver's seat on the inside is the metal countertop or aluminum countertop and cabinets that are built in. Some of it's tack welded in, bit of a nightmare to get out. So we're going to tackle that because we're in the middle of remodeling the whole inside, so we have to get all this done. We're going to rip that out. I've found some simpler ways to do it. At first I was kind of doing it wrong, then I realized there's a lip that's being held in by the back wall, so we had to take the cabinets down, we had to take the back wall out. A lot of work. Anyways, we're going to get it done. We're going to show you how we did it, and so you can see how to do it if you're going to do this to your ambulance. So stay with us. We got a lot more coming up here, and let's get to it. I wanted to show this area here. This is just an empty area that we had a wall right here and the countertop went across here. So this was just empty space that wasn't even being used. You couldn't access it. Because like I said, the wall was here, the counter was here. So that's going to be more space we have. And then when we come down to this other side, let's take a look at that. Now right on the other side of what was this seat area, we have the countertop is still up on here. With this line right here, I measured my outside box that, comes on into the inside. The outside box only comes to here. So from here to here, this is about 13 inches. In this whole area, down in here, is another completely empty area. So on this other side I showed you, I've got 10 inches there, and then 13 inches there. So there's like 23 inches of space that was just completely underneath this box, which I hope I'm right about this when I take this apart. I think I am. I measured it. Of extra space that we're going to have by taking all this out and then rebuilding a new one. And then the plan here is to take this out, and I'm going to build the counter up a foot higher. I think I'm going to use the new, well not new, but the 80-20 aluminum. I see a lot of people using that. I've been checking into that. So I need to take all this apart, get all my measurements down so I could order the 80-20 and have it pre-cut to what I want. So we'll have a whole new area put in here with a countertop that's about a foot higher. And then we'll be able to have more cabinet space at the bottom. Okay, I'm trying to get this piece off here. What's happening is there's this lower piece. Let me see if you can see this. Down here, this is a piece of metal, aluminum, going across the whole bottom. And that metal is tack welded all the way across onto all these pieces. So I have to bust all that out to get all this to work right. I'm going to try to see if I can bust these seams so this will pull back more with my grinder. Okay, here's a closer up view of these welds. See, this is welded here, and then down below it's welded up in here. And that's that metal strip that goes along the bottom. So it's welded to the metal strip and welded here. Oh, right there. After looking at this a lot more, kind of come to the conclusion, unfortunately, that we're going to have to take this whole back wall panel out. And the reason why is, if you go back behind here, all this back area has a lip that sticks up behind that wall. So you need to lift that wall out to get the lip out from behind that. And I don't know if there's any tack welds going on in there from the cabinet, tack welding onto the wall or not. I assume there probably will be. So to get that wall out, we put these hooks on there. To get that wall out, since it slightly goes behind the cabinets, that we were going to keep one of them. I was going to take one of them out anyways, but we're going to take both of them down and then take the whole wall out. Now here's that other lip that runs along the floor. This runs the full length of the cabinetry built into here. It has our flooring underneath it. If you pull this back, you can see it's actually screwed in, but it only ends right here. And this whole piece is tack welded onto the cabinet, going all the way down there. So these cabinets here are all going to be gone soon. And then we will reinstall this cabinet after we get the counters taken out. Okay, we're working on taking the cabinets down. This is the electronic panel that I undid, that we're taking out. Also, there was a under cabinet lighting that I had to take out. It was going through a hole up in here. This was the wires going to that. I capped them off. This was not 12 volt. This was regular 115 volt AC current. I have the breaker turned off for that, plus the inverter. The old inverter is still in here. It does work. It's turned off. And I've taken the rivets out of this. This had rivets holding the one cabinet to the other. And then the back panel back here was just velcroed in, so you can see my back wall. And I've got to take these screws out up here and a couple in the front, and then this should separate. Oh wow, I see a couple more rivets in here I've got to deal with, connecting them together, going in from the other side. And then these two things should separate. I'm going to try to push this whole panel through the back here so it comes out the back and then still can hang down. And who knows, maybe we'll end up using it for something. Okay, that's all the screws out. It should be loose. Okay, just put your end down. Okay. Let's close this lid.
What's holding it?
Okay, now that I have this one cabinet down, I wanted to show you how this center area of the cabinet is put in, because I'm going to now probably use this as a test sample to see if we can pull off all this gray material and then possibly glue on a different material that's going to match our inside, and we could reuse some of these other cabinets again. But this will be a good test bed. I'll show you the problem with this, the way this window in here is put in. It's riveted in. Let me zoom in on that. So the whole edge of this window frame is riveted to the box. So for us to be able to get this material out from underneath it, I'd have to unrivet all this all the way around the whole box, take this vinyl material or whatever it is off, glue on new stuff that matches whatever color that we want, and then either rivet this back in or screw it in possibly. Or the other possibility would be to maybe replace this with some kind of wooden door that hinges in. Maybe I could have some kind of hinge that comes along here and have two double doors like a kitchen cabinet has, that instead of this opening up and down, well, this is closed, and then you have our slides, but instead of having this whole piece in there, have two doors that open and close. That way I wouldn't have to put this metal frame back in here. And if we use these cabinets, since they're great cabinets, they're aluminum, they're going to last, they're sturdy. You don't have to worry about them like wood. They're not going to, if they get wet, they're not going to rust and fall apart or dry rot. Just put some nice wood cabinet front doors on it. That might be an interesting idea. All right, and I'm going to leave it open.
Don't.
Okay, there's...
Hold on. Let me lift up.
Is it coming?
Yep.
There it goes. Okay, put your end down.
Put it on top of this.
Oh, okay. Go ahead and rip that ceiling crap down. So we've got all the rivets out of this side wall, and the whole side wall is loose now. Now I've got to deal with these outlets. Okay, now with the back wall taken out, this whole entire unit is very loose. I can shake the whole thing now. Look at this. The back's not connected or tack welded. I think it is only now connected to this bottom piece down here. This bottom piece here has all the tack welds going all the way across with the flooring put up onto it. So I think we're going to unglue the flooring from it, and hopefully we might be able to just pull this whole thing out then in one gigantic piece. You can see back here, this did have this lip that was going back behind the wall that we've taken out. Lip there, and this piece here has this lip here that you can see. We move this. This lip going all along here. The back wall was back over the top of that. So I couldn't have gotten all that out easily at all without taking that back wall out. So here we are, it's the next day. We quit working yesterday, the battery died. It was getting late in the day. So it's time to get this out. This is loose. We broke down the bottom area, the stripping down at the bottom here. And I had a couple screws that were coming in from back here that went in, took those out. This whole thing now is just one loose piece. And I was right, this is just a big empty area right back behind here. I've got to get my wife to help me here, and we get this thing yanked out of here. So there it is, we got it out. One big chunk. I wasted a lot of time the other day trying to break that one side out, when in reality I could have got all this out in one piece. So all this new wide open space now, let's see exactly how much space this is. Corner of that to here. It's 55 inches. 50 and a half inches. 50 and a half inches of space. And this is a nice flat area here. So with 50 and a half inches of space here, that's a lot of space for we could put a quite large water tank in there, down low. And then, like I said, we're going to build the new countertop up higher. Possibly have the sink here. Now that I've got this taken out, I'm seeing all kinds of other possibilities of different ways to possibly design it. Okay, well, we finally got it done. We ripped out the whole cabinet area, the countertop in the back, took out all that aluminum. Wasn't the easiest job, but we got it done. Actually, that took us 3 days. We ran out of batteries late last night, which was okay because it was getting darker out. So we came back today, ripped it all out. Please stay with us. We have a lot more coming up. We're going to be putting on 1,200 watts of solar panels here soon, 400 amp hours of lithium batteries, a Victron inverter, solar charger, all that's going in. I've got some rust to fix. Going to be putting in a new ceiling, new walls, and we're going to be using the 80/20 to build a frame for our new counter area that's going to be a foot higher. And then add some cabinetry in there, maybe put some water tanks. Still got a lot more to figure out. A lot more to go. Please like and subscribe to our channel. And hey, watch us. We're getting it done. Then when we get all this done, we got some plans to take some trips. So you'll follow us on some trips. We'll hit the road, go some places, maybe go some fishing, park by the lake, whatever. We'll see you next time.